So first, let's start out by creating a new book and then fill out all the information here like you used to from the previous versions. So I've cheated a bit, so I'm just gonna put in the type here, the working title, the one sentence premise. So just pretty much what's the idea behind the book. Then you have the target audience. In my case, I'm targeting founders, operators, managers, and knowledge workers who should feel busy all day but struggle to move the work that actually matters. The primary goal is, you could place other and then fill out, but in my case, I think I'll actually just go with this for leadership and authority. Then a bit about you as an author and the authority. Why are you the right person to write this book? You can take some of the professional background. In my opinion, in my case, it's been working more than 6 years at a C-level and seeing the cause and effect of effectivity. I've also held a number of workshops and I've taught this to people, so I thought it could be a cool working title for my book. So I fill out this information and then a bit more about my key beliefs and perspectives. Again, I cheat a bit so to kind of speed up this video. Then a bit about the content and voice, some personal anecdotes, and really here we really recommend that you spend a few minutes to come up with some sort of personal anecdotes. It can be anything that you have experienced or heard about, but it really helps the book. Fill out voice and tone instructions. I like, as I also write here, I like short sentences. I like one idea at a time. I like it to have a plain language, no motivational talk, more practical, focused, and so on. And then give a writing example of how you want the book to feel like. And then finally, some style references. So some books you might like. I've gone with these 3 that I particularly like. So that's Essentialism, Deep Work, and the Checklist Manifesto, but you can put in whatever you like. Then we click here to generate the framework of the book. And then you can see it goes through all the different stages, analyzing, creating architecture, defining strategy, creating the subchapters and flow, and then finalizing the book roadmap itself. All right, so here you have the outline of the book. No credits have been charged yet, so this is completely free to use. Then you can see all each of the different, you can go through one of them as you want, change whatever you want. In this case, the first chapter is the myth of maximum activity. There's a bit about the intent and the summary. Again, change this if you want to have a different feel or goal with it. You can see each of the different subchapters. So this is the main chapter, the myth of maximum activity. Then the subchapter, there's 3 in each of the main chapters. You have activity versus progress. You have the efficiency paradox and the interruption cost. And so this is just overall what they will include. You can go through all of them. We definitely recommend this just to make the book a bit more your own and talk about what it includes and what it doesn't include. When you're happy about it, you can also regenerate the full. Then of course that deletes everything you have might change, so be careful about that. But if you're happy about it, then you can just click on Log, Start Writing. In this case, I already have the credits for it, so I agree with that. We log it in, and then we start actually writing the book. The new cool thing about this app is that we do it chapter by chapter. So before, we just wrote the full book for you, but now you can work a lot more with the book, so you can actually take one chapter at a time. And so the first of the 8 chapters, you can say, okay, do you want this to be a bit more brief? Do you want it to be standard? Do you want it to be in-depth? So in this case, I'm just going to go in standard. You can always change the chapter depth or how it's written as you go along, but we can just take this one so you can see how it looks like. Then we start to write it out, again following the same procedure as before. So we write the draft for each of the subchapters, formatting everything, and then show you how it looks like. All right, so now the first chapter has been generated. We can have a look at it while it analyzes the tone consistency throughout each of the subchapters. But here you can have a look and say, okay, the first chapter here we're looking at, how does it look like? You can have a read through all of it, which we always recommend that you do. Have a look through all of the subchapters. You can edit if you want. You can rewrite it if you want. Again, this will then delete what you have possibly also edited. If you agree on what the first chapter looks like, then you simply click approve and next. And then you continue with the next chapter. So in this case, chapter 2 out of 8. Then maybe in this case, you can go for the in-depth if you want. Start to write it. And then the system continues with the next chapter. All right, so the second chapter is now done. We can have a look at how everything looks like. There's a bunch of text here. Again, have a look at the chapter. You can edit it, delete whatever you want, save the changes. Be careful about choosing the rewrite, then we'll delete whatever changes you might have made. So what you can see, the big difference in this approach to some of the previous versions we've launched is that there's a lot more flexibility for you when creating these different chapters for your book. So as opposed to getting a full document and then you can do some editing if you want later on, then you can actually do it as you write the book, and then we use that information to use for the writing of the next chapter and so on. So really take your time finalizing the book, making it just the way you want. And then once you're ready, you click on approve and next, and then you go to the next chapter, in this case, the third chapter. So I think you get the idea of it now, so I'm just going to finalize my book, do it chapter by chapter, and then get back on the video once I've filled out all of the chapters. All right, a really cool feature I just wanted to show you. This is the last chapter I'm finishing up of the book, is that you'll occasionally see that this box pops up where it says tone deviation detected. So essentially, what we do now in this new version of the app is that we continually monitor all the different chapters that we write or rewrite or edit or do whatever we want. If there's anything that we think there could be a optimized, for instance, that the tone deviates a bit in this chapter from the previous, then you can actually choose to auto fix it, and then the system will detach or figure out where it is and then do it for you. So this is the last chapter, and the book essentially is now done. You can have a look at this overview of the full book. You can even edit it if you want to do it before you download it. And then what we've done now is that you can pretty much download it as a print-ready PDF. You can do it as EPUB, so you can actually just publish it right away if you want. So please read our terms and conditions on the site in terms of anything regarding to where you publish it, because there are some platforms where you have to be very careful. So please do that before. If you created a cover art of the book, you can also download that. You can Also have a look at here what this looks like. You can have a markdown if you want to use it for editing it down further down the road. But essentially the book is now done. If you go to your dashboard, you can also see the latest book here, how it looks like. Perhaps, okay, I'm not that satisfied with this, so we can actually just generate a new cover for the book if we want. You have a complete breakdown of all the different chapters. You can go into each and every one of them if you want to change anything. You can continue to create new covers if you want. I mean, it's pretty much up to you how you want to use it. So there you have it. That is the new app from First Book AI, where you have a lot more flexibility in how you want to create your book. As always, feel free to reach out to me or any of the other team members from First Book AI if you have any questions. But other than that, we're just happy to see you using the First Book AI, and good luck writing your next book.